Hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we are looking at a pretty good band. Not entirely familiar with them, but I know of a song that they have come out with. The band we're looking at today is Stateless. The album we're looking at is the Bloodstream EP. Yeah. So I guess let's move on to what we're going to be talking about today, which is first impressions, lyrics, band similarities, favorite song, singing and screaming styles, so on and so forth. So, first thing we're going to be talking about is first impressions. My first impression of the album itself and some of the music that was made. Right off the bat, the album starts off with Bloodstream, which is the album's name, so I guess title track, if you will. And I believe it was on Vampire Diaries. It's where this originated from. It's not where I got the first time I ever heard the song, but when I looked up Bloodstream, a lot of it was kind of associated with the Vampire Diaries. If you like that show, leave it in the comments section. I'd love to know about it. It's a really good song. A special someone in my life had showed me this song, and it definitely made a really good impression, being the fact that she was special to me, and the fact that I had a lot of feelings, and she showed me the song, and it kind of, I guess, manifested what I was feeling, at the time. It's a really interesting song. There's a lot of background stuff in the back. If you really let it sink in, it's like Easter eggs per se, but amongst the lines of that. You've gotten into my bloodstream. I can feel you flowing. What else can I say about this song? Oh, the guy in the video looks exactly like John Mess. Just kind of funny. The music video is pretty cool. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can find the EP itself, and in the EP playlist that I have set up, you have the music videos you can see for yourself. If you know who John Mess is, you'll understand. But yeah, I guess my first impression was pretty much that I was really in love, and the song kind of really put into words how in love I was, and that I even fell in love with the song. Yeah. Alright, so the next thing we're looking at is the lyrics. Some of the lyrics, I haven't heard the whole album yet. Kind of mixed around some of it, and kind of got an idea of what the album is going to be about, but not entirely. So yeah, can't exactly say off the top of my head what I'm feeling about it just yet. But I can say that the song that I did listen to definitely rubbed me the right way. Alright, so the next song, or I guess the first song off the album, which I mentioned earlier, is Bloodstream. And it starts out, "Wake up, look me in the eyes again. I need to feel your hand upon my face. Words can be like knives, they can cut open. And the silence surrounds you and it haunts you. I think I might have inhaled you. I think I might have inhaled you. I could feel you behind my eyes. You got into my bloodstream. I could feel you floating in me. Words can be like knives, they can cut you open, and the silence surrounds you and it haunts you. I think I might have inhaled you. I think I could feel you behind my eyes. So, pretty much, it's almost like, it feels like that My Chemical Romance song, where it's like, I don't love you like I loved you anymore, but you can definitely hear in his voice that that's not really how he feels. Like, it's a really solemn song about love. Like, it's a really dark way to express to someone that you really love them. That's pretty much what the lyrics are coming off to me as. Yeah, the next song is Exit. And I haven't said it yet, but this band, especially the album representing, definitely, it reminds me of like, and I'm gonna go more into detail bands that this reminds me of, but it kind of feels like Coldplay and 9 Inch Nails had a baby. This is their love child. If you feel the same way or don't, you can tell me about it in the comments. Tell me why maybe you don't feel the same way, because we don't necessarily have the same opinion. So might tell me that no, that's not true. Then go right ahead. Yeah. So it starts off. A wise old novelist once said that anybody could rig up their own border. Just rent a cheap trailer, a porta-john, a little bumper barnacle over the highway, a guy in a funny suit to collect immigration material. You've got a state. These days things are kind of disintegrating. Stateless is getting to be a scary word. I used to think it was a beautiful, beautiful dream, fly away like a bird, birds get shot down. Feeling kind of gray. I've been inside too long. Gotta head outside, and I think it over. A plain kind of life, staring into space too long. Gotta head for the Midland. See you again. Words still cannot be enough. Words still cannot be enough. I'm not entirely sure what these lyrics are entirely getting at, per se. A wise old novelist once said that nobody could rig up their own border. These days they're kind of disintegrating. Stateless is getting to be a scary word. I mean, I guess that's pretty much what it is. This song kind of feels like the person who's singing it feels entirely stateless. I don't know if you've ever written something and not just wrote down and not looked at it, but it kind of you just think everything you were thinking you would write down, and it just comes out kind of weird. It comes off like a weird dream or something. I've done this a number of times, especially when I was really sad, really angry, and it just felt like kind of like nonsense, but you can definitely hear the dismay in the poem or the story or whatever that's being written, maybe even lyrics. And that's kind of what this feels like. Like someone wrote down a bunch of lyrics when they were really like hopeless, or just didn't feel like maybe they have dissociative disorder, or people like kind of escapism per se, but it's a little more severe, and they kind of just started writing stuff. That's what this song kind of feels like. The next song we're looking at is called Inscape. Interesting. I guess we'll look up Inscape. So yeah, Exit is an interesting, as far as the lyrics go, it's a pretty interesting song. Let's see. So it starts off, we wake with our forms all tangled up. Frozen in silence, no sound save breathing. I can feel your skin on my skin. How did it get so cold in here? I need to crawl inside your shivers, and we let go of ourselves sometimes. Crawling inside your shivers, we let go of ourselves sometimes. I'm crawling inside, and we rise in the air from our cradle shell, like tears we fall into the ice. We lay entangled, ice against skin. How did it get so cold out here? I need to crawl inside your shivers. We let go of ourselves sometimes. Okay, so this song is clearly about sex. I'm sorry if you're any young viewers. Probably gonna talk a little bit about why this is, but yeah. So we wake with our forms all tangled up. It's like Twister. Frozen in silence, no sound save breathing. I can feel your skin on my skin. Naked Twister. How did it get so cold in here? Very expressive. I guess when you're cold, you want to be closer to someone, so. Then we rise in the air from our cradle shell, like tears we fall on the ice. We lay entangled, ice against skin. How did it get so cold out here? I need to crawl inside your shivers. We let go of ourselves sometimes. I'm crawling inside your shivers. We let go of ourselves sometimes. It just sounds really sexual. This is a really good album. I'm not gonna lie. Not because I don't like. I do. I think I've said this before, but things that are kind of like sexually intimate is kind of like hints at it, like this. Ace. It's very ace. I don't know why. It's a beautiful act, and if you can write about it in a beautiful way, it's very romantic. It's like when you're trying to be with someone, you don't really try to make it obvious that you're trying to, make love to them. You like do things and you flirt and you kind of ease their way into it. You don't just tell them. You don't just ask. You kind of you ask, but in other ways. You make them dinner. You massage their feet. You take them on dates. You kiss them. Stuff like that. So that's what this song is pretty much about. I think we're at 8 minutes. So we'll do one more song since we have the time, I guess. The last song is called Blue Trace. Blue Trace. Lyrics. Stateless, yes. Alright, so it starts off, the stolen glances, the moments in between the actions. The dice are rolled, the skeletons sit by the fork in the road, the paths that twist and turn, the journey that goes on. The memories caught between the hands of time. She dances the dance of time. I'm in a trance now. The sun's love rains down on her landscape. The landscapes change. My mind is playing tricks on me. Fire to carve the stone. My mind is playing tricks on me. An image of fire to strike the stone. My mind is playing tricks on me. Language of fire to carve the stone. So I guess it feels like he's in like in love. The stolen glances, the moments in between the actions. The dice are rolled, the skeletons sit by the fork in the road, kind of like a symbolization that there might be an end. Like he kind of fears that there is an end. The paths are rolled. The dice are rolled. The paths that twist and turn the journey that goes on. Ups and downs in a relationship still prevails. The memories caught between the hands of time. As she dances the dance of time, I'm in a trance now. The sun's love reigns down on her landscape. But landscapes change, so maybe, he's so in love with her that he doesn't see that she is growing. And he's kind of stuck in this place where, what old problems would be a problem or could surface as a problem now aren't actually there. My mind is playing tricks on me. And because she's changing, and it's mostly why, he doesn't really see that. And language of fire to carve the stone, maybe they get in arguments a lot. So it kind of describes how someone would feel if they were really in love with someone. And maybe feared what the relationship, I guess the future of the relationship, even though, you know, when you're really in love with someone and they're really in love with you, you shouldn't be afraid of things. You should probably just kind of take things at a pace. You don't necessarily have to fear things. You know, just kind of the fact that you're in love with someone and they're in love with you, kind of embrace that. Maybe go out of your way to show your love. Maybe, I don't know, talk to them about it. Like, yeah. Okay, so the next thing looking at is band similarities. Now, I had kind of hinted at what I was kind of going to talk about in this segment, which is the fact that this band, especially based off of this album, feels like Coldplay and 9 Inch Nails' Love Child. If you've ever heard Coldplay and 9 Inch Nails, Coldplay's kind of like choir-esque meets pop, and 9 Inch Nails is very industrial and dark and kind of plays around with, you know, the dark things and sex and stuff, and it just kind of feels like they mesh these two things. Like, Coldplay's very dreamy and, you know, makes you feel pretty good. Their songs are pretty good, but this is just a really nice happy place between those two bands, in my opinion. If you think they have no connection to each other, nor to this band, tell me about it. Probably won't exactly change my opinion, because it's just how my ears made it up in my head, but that's pretty much what I'm getting at. I don't know if there's any other bands that I can think of that this band is similar to. It's a little too dark to be exactly like Coldplay, and it's a little too lighthearted to be exactly like 9 Inch Nails. It's a little more softer. So a nice happy medium between the two is what I consider these bands to be. Alright, so the next thing is favorite song. This is really short and sweet. My favorite song off this album is probably the song that I listened to first, and because it just has a lot of emotional ties, and it's not the best song, but it's just the one I had the most time with, which is Bloodstream. Yeah, my favorite song is probably Bloodstream. If I had to say my second favorite song, maybe Blue Trace maybe Inscape. Honestly, this whole album is pretty good, so hard to say. It's just so like, I try to put my finger on it. I try. The piano intro. Sorry, I didn't mean to like surprise you with my opener. I was just making sure I don't go over the time with my videos. Eyes again. And feel your hand upon my face. It can be lives that can cut you open. To say that someone got into your bloodstream is just, it's such a really intense way to say that I'm in love with you. Like, you couldn't have just said it. You couldn't have just been like, I'm in love with you. You had to be like, you had to go out there and be like, you got into my bloodstream. You're literally floating inside of me. You're one of my DNA. You're my blood cells currently. Like, goddamn. Alright, so the next thing we're looking at is the singing and screaming styles that Bloodstream, that Stateless employs. Now, it feels really desperate the way this man is singing. Not like in a bad way. He just feels like I can feel him singing this song like as if he really means it. You know, like it's a little depressing in the sense that it almost feels like he doesn't want to be. He's almost like begging for some sort of relief when he's singing this song. You know, like as if imagine if you like, it's like a drug. Like people who do heroin. Sorry, younger viewers. You have withdrawals. You get without the drug you get sick. So to say that someone's in your bloodstream is kind of like comparing them to heroin. It's inside of you. Most drug addicts will tell you that even years after doing the drugs, they really can't even be near the drug because it's just it triggers something inside of them. It triggers maybe personality disorders or schizophrenia or all these things, and it just, you can really hear the man who's singing this song that he really understands this and feels it to the core. And I can't really describe how else the singing is. It just feels really sad and kind of desperate, and not in a bad way. I just mean that it just feels strained. The rest of the album isn't exactly like that. It's a little more softer and kind of like Coldplay. It goes through a lot of high pitches, and it's very dreamy. Kind of how I describe it. Exit is a really good song. I swear, you'll have to listen to this EP. It's really good. I will be sure to leave a link in the description. There's no screaming. It's just very melodic singing and very relaxing. It sounds a lot like Coldplay, the way Coldplay would sing. Sorry, I don't know the artist or the musician or the lead singer of Coldplay. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research on every band out there. My bad. Alright, so if I had to rate, or I guess since I am rating, I'm probably going to give them a strong, probably the same one I gave Last Dinosaurs, 3.75. Mostly because I've only heard one song, and I will be sure to, if you want me to do an update rating, I will. Some of the bands that I've reviewed, I've been going over more and really appreciating their sounds even more. Just last night I was listening to Last Dinosaurs a little bit more, and it really sunk in that I really like this band, this album. So yeah, if you feel like that would be something you'd want to watch, leave it in the comments. But pretty much the reason I give the 3.75 is because I've only heard one song, and I've said this before a number of times, but I have to let albums sink in. I have to get used to them, and there's a lot more than just what you hear at first. And I really like being able to explore those things before I give, my best rating. These are just kind of like pre-ratings because I just haven't really taken the time to really appreciate every song individually, and every instrument that was put into the song, and the details of the lyrics and how it affects me on a day-to-day basis. There's a lot to it. So yeah, 3.75. I definitely recommend this album, especially if you do like a lot of piano influenced music. It's really soft and pretty to listen to, and it's pretty easy to listen to. it's not entirely poppy, so if you like energetic music, I don't really recommend this, but it's still something you should give it a shot. Yeah, so if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any more suggestions of bands or musicians or albums you want me to look into, leave in the comments section. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.